Now, the Catholic Church, as you'll almost certainly know by now, has a new man in charge, and today was his first Sunday in the job. Pope Francis delivered Mass to a huge crowd and went on a surprise walkabout. But he's not the only religious world leader preparing for new office. On Thursday, Justin Welby becomes the Archbishop of Canterbury and head of the worldwide Anglican Communion. He's likely to celebrate with a drink. He told an interviewer today that his wife monitors his drinking for him. Katie Razzle reports on the challenges both men face.
His first Sunday as pontiff, and Pope Francis continued to break with tradition. An impromptu appearance at a side gate of the Vatican. Mass at a small church and a brief off-the-cuff homily. Then more of the hands-on interaction with the faithful his security guards will have to get used to. Even the Sunday window appearance felt different. The 150,000 people in St. Peter's Square heard unscripted remarks about God's power to forgive, a speech entirely in Italian, which he ended by telling them, have a good lunch.
Buona domenica e buon pranzo.
It's this informality of style and the lack of pomp, coupled with his statements about putting the poor first, that have electrified his church. This banner says, Pope Francis, you came from far away and you made us enthusiastic. It's been a good week for the world's Catholics. Their Pope has really given them something to celebrate. But Anglicans too are in good cheer. This week sees the new Archbishop of Canterbury inaugurated as primate of their church.
The Lord look kindly on you and give you peace.
Justin Welby is on a journey in prayer across the 5 southern English cities that make up the province of Canterbury. He'll be enthroned at the cathedral there on Thursday and is no doubt hoping for a similar reception to his Catholic counterpart.
It isn't a competition, and I've got to say you're absolutely right about the Pope. He's really won me over in a week. The humanity, the warmth, the fact that he smiles as he does, that goes a very long way for me. There's a sort of similarity between them. They both seem to be slightly more human, perhaps, in touch with some of the stuff that's going on in the world, slightly more, less academic, less distance, more relaxed and informal. I think this is a really good time for the churches.
But if this were ecclesiastical top trumps, where would these men stand at the start of their reigns? The new Archbishop wins in the youthfulness stakes, but there's no doubting who's the bigger hitter on the global stage. Here in Britain, unsurprisingly, it's a different story, with far more Anglican churches than Catholic ones. Both men have health challenges. Justin Welby said today he has to pay attention to his drinking because his father was an alcoholic. Pope Francis only has one lung. And within their churches, both face profound challenges. Most immediately, women bishops and gay marriage for Justin Welby, the scandal of child abuse by priests for Pope Francis.
Having now undoubtedly read the dossier that Benedict left behind, locked in the Vatican for him to read, he must have read that and thought, how do I cope with this? What do I do about this? So they've both got huge tasks on their hand, but I'm sure that we will see, well, it will be very, very fascinating to see how they cope with those issues while at the same time fulfilling their undoubted inner drive.
Despite these scenes of popularity, both men are also united by another challenge, being relevant in an increasingly atheist age.